Hello students, I welcome you all to AZAD ICS Academy's Current Affairs lectures. Today we will be seeing the current affairs of 11th December 2024. Before we go into details of each and every topic, we will be discussing the question that was for today. Which initiative promotes the use of bio-CNG for cleaner transport solution? And that is your option B. Okay, that is SATET initiative. This is basically, initiative which is trying to use the bio-CNG for the cleaner transport solution, right? Next, we'll discuss the article for today, that is deepening India's space steps as a key space faring nation. So what are the steps that are taken by India, to make its position in the space station better? That is what is mentioned over here. India is now basically taking a lot of significant steps, okay, in its position, that is to make India's faring position, okay, by focusing on strategy, autonomy, and sustainable achievements in the space technology. So we are trying to have some sustainable achievements. See, I just want you to understand one thing here before we go into a little details of this. Okay. So if this is your rocket, there are different, boosters that are there. And here you have your payload. Payload is a place where your satellite or main, stuff is being kept. Okay. Now, this part of the body is consisting of the fuel basically. And when the rocket is launched, only the payload is going to the space. Okay. Now, whatever this fuel is there, right? This fuel or this part of this rocket is basically going to get blasted in the atmosphere, or it is going to get blasted in the space, right? So what you need to understand here is that now we are trying to, have sustainable development, because this is now going to become a waste in the space. They are going to further become space debris, right? Or space waste, which may now impact my upcoming satellites also. So all these issues will happen, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to use this fuel again, or we're going to use this rocket again. And such kind of rockets are called as reusable rockets. Okay. Wherein what happens here is that I will be able to use the rocket again. So what will happen is after the fuel is exhausted, this part of the rocket will get detached and it will come back, and I'll be able to use the rocket again. So such kind of rockets are called as reusable rockets. And for the sustainable development, we can go for reusable rockets as well. So here we'll discuss about the same here, right? Now you need to understand, center to its endurance for its development of next generation launch vehicle. So we are going to have the next generation launch vehicle, which promises enhance the payload capacity. As I already told you, what is the meaning of a payload? If this is your rocket, so if this is your rocket, this is a main part in which your main satellite is kept. Okay, this is basically the payload. And here you cannot put much heavy metals or much heavy, satellite. So what we are trying to do here is, the first thing that we are trying to do here is we are trying to enhance the capacity so we can put more weight in the payload, and cost effective primary through you reusable rocket components. As I already told you, see, this is a component, this is a component, these are all rocket components. We can reuse them. So here the fuel is there, and what will happen is over a period of time, this will get, into the space and it will become a space debris. And we do not want that to happen. We want to reuse such kind of, you know, rocket components. So we are trying to do the same and have sustainable achievement. Okay. Now, key aspects of India's space program. So what are the key aspects? So what is the ambition of a space school? We want to have a strategic autonomy. Means over 2 decades, India aims to achieve strategic independence in space operations. So we are trying to have a space operation, reducing reliance on foreign technologies and services. That means, see, most of the things that we are using in the space could be that we are taken from the other countries, or we are having some assistance from the other countries. But in the next 2 decades, that is in the next 20 years, what we are trying to do is we will not depend on anything on other countries, especially when it comes to space. So India is aiming to achieve independence in its space operations. So whatever components that we are getting, or whatever, small components that we are getting for the, making of rocket, we will not depend on other countries for it. We will make sure that we are having our own space operation related stuff. right? Now we're also going to have Gaganyaan mission. See, this project seems to demonstrate India's capability in human spacecraft by sending human crew to space. So you now know that NASA is sending a lot of people to the space, right? So that they can study in the space. Similarly, we are also having a Gaganyaan mission. Now I will not go into details of Gaganyaan mission because I'll only tell you an overview. In Gaganyaan mission, what we will do is we'll also send human beings, in the space. So this is basically Gaganyaan is trying to demonstrate its capacity in human space flight by sending human crew to the space. So we will also send some human beings to the space. Okay. Now, future developments plans to include establishing a Indian space station. So we will also have an Indian space station. I hope all of you know what is an Indian space station. Like how you have a petrol station, right? So we will also have a space station in the low Earth orbit. Okay, see, this is your Earth in a very close by. You have low Earth orbit, then you have middle Earth orbit, and then you have high Earth orbit. We'll not discuss about the details of this, but just now understand. In the low Earth orbit, we are trying to have India's space station also. There are many other countries who are already, trying to build their own station, and we will also have this space station. Now, what is this space station important for? Now, if any space station, if anybody or if any human beings are going, or if any rocket is there, that needs to go to the other orbit, then we can take the help of space stations, right? So India is also trying to, establish an Indian space station and expand human spacecraft capabilities to lunar missions. Lunar missions means all the missions that are related to moon. Okay, so any moon related issues or missions are there, we will also try to include human beings in them. Requiring advancement in uncrewed means we are also going to make sure that we will also have a more advancement in uncrewed lunar mission. Means uncrewed means the people where human beings are not there. Such kind of lunar missions are also having more advancement, human-centric technologies, and more powerful rockets. This is something that we are going to do. What are the aspects that we have, or what are the ambitions that Indian space has? Is this. Now, next generation launch vehicle. Now, we are also discussing about what is a next generation launch vehicle. Features of this is next generation launch vehicle will boost a heavy lift capacity. I already told you that we are trying to increase the payload. That triples the payload. For example, if now the payload is just 100 kgs, now we'll be able to send 300 kgs, right? So we are making it more capacity of the current launch vehicle that we have, GSLV. Okay, Mark 3. GSLV Mark 3 is a current launch vehicle that we have, and we are trying to, have 3 times more payload than the GSLV Mark 3. Okay, GSLV Mark 3 is a launch vehicle. Okay, now it cooperates reusable components, making it cost effective and frequent launches. So we can use this again and again because it is reusable. Now, what are the advantages of next generation launch vehicle? By enabling layered large payload, the next generation launch vehicle minimizes the need of miniature or strict weight restrictions. See, if you have seen Mission Mangal or Mangal mission, you have seen that whatever, the satellite is, they're trying to make it smaller. They're trying to keep it very small, and they're trying to make it very small, and they're also trying to reduce the weight. This is basically happening because of the same that this is happening because we have to understand that there is very less amount of space and very less what you mean to say weight capacity that can be given to that particular space mission. And that is the reason now if we are able to give some larger payloads, we can reduce the miniaturization, reduce it a little bit, and also restrict weight restrictions also, facilitating more efficient and economic space missions. So we can have a better efficient and economical space missions by this. Okay, now reusability. This feature allows rocket to return to Earth for reuse. Means, as I already told you that they are reusable, we can use them and balancing the reduced payload capacity with financial viability. So whatever money that is left out because you're reusing, you're now going to use all of that, and that can be used for further stuff, right? Balancing the reduced payload capacity with the financial viability as well. Now, development timeline. The next generation launch vehicle is projected to be operational within the next 8 years. From next 8 years onwards, we will have this kind of a launch vehicle. This is first thing that we need to understand. And the second thing that we need to understand here is that addressing the immediate need for more applicable heavy lift rockets. So we can, make sure that there are more number of heavy lift rockets that we have in India, right? Now, current limitations and needs. So what are the current limitations and needs that are there? Okay. The limitations of the Launch vehicles that we have are evident in mission like Gaganyaan, which requires multiple launches to resemble modules in space. Similar to GSAT N2 launched had relied upon SpaceX Falcon 9 due to its superiority payload capacity. So you need to understand that, see, if Gaganyaan is there, we need to make sure that there are multiple launches. It's not just one launch. There are multiple people who are being, multiple launches have to be made. In that case, what happens here is this particular rocket may not be of that use. And here you need to understand that it is similar to GSAT N2 launch that if you want to do any kind of launch, especially GSAT N2 launch that we did was depending on SpaceX Falcon 9, okay, due to its payload capacity. Now, comparison with SpaceX Falcon 9 and Starship rockets have significant higher payload capacities. So right now, whatever rockets that we have less payloads. And because of that, what will happen here is it is not possible for us to, do better at space technology. So highlighting the need of India to enhance rocket technology and remain competitive. So if we want to remain competitive, then what we need to do here is we need to make sure that there is higher payload capacity. Apart from this, private sector involvement also. Diversification and enhancement. Engaging the privating sector is crucial for diversifying and enhancing India's heavy lift rocket capabilities. Okay, so we can enhance the private sector and crucial. We can, if we are engaging the private sector, then what is going to happen is we will have more diverse ideas. We will also enhance India's heavy lift rocket capabilities. Whatever Indian scientists are not doing, maybe the other kind of scientists can do it. Maybe the private players will be able to do it because they will be able to work for a longer period of time and put in a lot of research as well. Now, strategies is awarding contracts. So what we can do is we can award the contracts to private entities for developing such reusable rockets with milestone-based funding. We can give them some funding and also have some innovation. Encourage foreign collaboration also, so fill the gaps in technical expertise. Again, here, look, this is a little off, you can say here, because we want to completely make it dependent, but maybe we can get some assistance, not completely bring the entire product, but get some assistance or get their expertise over here. Okay, don't get confused that in the first slide she said that we are going to have completely independent and etc. And now she's selling foreign collaborations. We are only going to get their expertise, but not their products. Okay, means we are going to help take the knowledge, whatever they have, and make our own product. Okay, this approach can create redundancy, increase launch frequency, means we can, have more amount of launch frequency, promote infrastructure development, technical advancement that, even in the face of delays, like whenever there is a delay also, we can have these benefits in our country. Now, building a robust space ecosystem. Industrial-based development is very important. If you want to build a better ecosystem, establishing a strong industrial base is essential. So if there is a strong industrial base, then there will be sustainability, there will be strategic access to space as well. Resilient space transport. A steady supply of space transportation service is vital for satellite development, lunar exploration, and interplanetary missions also. See, we have Shukrayan, that is, we are going to Venus. This is interplanetary. Lunar is all the Chandrayans that we have, Chandrayaan 1, 2, and 3. Lunar missions means the missions that are related to moon. Okay, and also other satellite deployment that we have. Public-private collaboration, strengthen these collaboration is a key maintaining, because we have to understand that if you want to become leader in global space economy, then there should be obviously public-private collaboration. There should be this collaboration that will make it more better. Now, what is the conclusion that we have to understand? India's commitment to expand its space capabilities through initiatives like new generation launch vehicle and greater private sector involvement reflects its strategic vision for space exploration and autonomy. By developing advanced technologies and fostering robust space ecosystem, India can enhance its role in international space community. So we have to understand that, yes, it's a good move, but we also need to enhance a lot of other things, like there should be a good technological or good industrial building or innovation. Public-private partnership is involved. Even if possible, we'll also do some kind of foreign collaborations to learn from their expertise. So these are the things that we can do to make this commitment come true, right? So this is about India's commitment to space. The next important article that we're going to discuss is researchers have developed AI-based platform to rapidly find age-defying molecules. So what is that name? Okay, now you have to understand the researchers are at IIT Delhi have developed a age extend. So here you can say age extend means what we are trying to do here is age. It is extend. That means we are going to extend the age. Okay, it is an innovative AI platform that have efficiently identified molecules with anti-aging property. Means the molecules will not age soon. Okay, the properties, or it is going to find out the molecules which is not going to age very fast. This platform represents the significant advancement in the field of geroprotective. Geroprotective research is nothing but the uh, molecules that are, against anti-aging. Means the molecules that enhance anti-aging properties. So such kind of research is there, which with the potential contribution to health aging studies. So whatever issues that you're facing due to aging, maybe those can be reduced because of this. So we can be having a healthy aging studies. Means what AI is doing here is it is going to find out the molecules which are, anti-aging properties. Maybe will enhance them, and because of that, what will happen is the issues that you're facing due to aging will get reduced. Okay, so it is like you will never get aged at all. Now, what are the key features and achievements of this age extend? Okay, screening capabilities. That is, age extend has a screening of 1.1 million compounds. That means these many compounds can be screened, that these many compounds can be surveillanced, resulting in discovery of less than 1% of validated zero protective effects. These effects were confirmed across various modules and including yeast, worms, and human cell modules as well. So what we have done here is resulting in the discovery of less than 1% of them have the effect, or such kind of molecules are having the property of anti-aging. Okay, so this is what not just finding out, they've also seen or they've also confirmed it around various modules, like including the yeast. In the yeast also they have found out, in the worms also they have found out, they are also found out in human cells. Now, AI utilization. The platform employs AI intelligence to predict, evaluate safety, and understand the biological impact of potential anti-aging components. So what are these potential anti-aging components? It is capable of explaining a selection process, providing valuable insights to the mechanism of action, which can be used for further research also. Means what we can do here is which products can become anti-aging, which how can we evaluate them, how can that be easily helpful for us, how can we uh, understand it, how what are the biological implications. So all these things can be done with the help of this particular AI. Right? Identify the knowing molecules. Age extent successfully identifies the benefits of knowing molecules such as metformin. These are some of the important anti-aging, okay, agents. Then you have turine. Even without prior knowledge of their properties, even though we don't know what is their properties, but we know what is the benefits. Okay, identifying the benefits of known molecules. These are some of the known molecules, and we will be able to identify that these are the, or age extent is basically successfully able to identify the molecules, and this even without the prior knowledge of their properties, it is still age extent is able to identify that these are anti-aging property. Comprehensive studies. The studies or the research encompasses a wide range of substances, including commercial drugs, traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, and other approved molecules. It is a largest study of its kind in the field of anti-aging research. So basically what happens here is they are going to screen 1.1 billion components. Out of these much, we have to understand how many anti-aging properties are there, or how many components have anti-aging properties, that is going to be identified. Maybe we will do research on the same thing. So you can also see some of them have already confirmed on the various modules. So whatever anti-aging is there, that is done on yeast. We are also using worms, and we're also using human cell models. And on this, we are checking whether these components are having anti-aging properties or no. Now you have to understand that this particular age extent has identified some of the molecules which are already having anti-aging properties, even without the prior information. So you need to understand that this is a very good initiative, or a very good, what you mean to say, AI development. Right? Now, open access to research. The research have been made a code and data for age extent freely available to academic research and students, promoting further study and collaboration. Companies can access data for free. Okay, sorry, for a fee, means you have to pay some fee and you can access the data, facilitating commercial research and development also. So you can do further development on this particular age extent. This is what it is trying to tell. Now, what are the implications? What will happen if we are able to find out age extent, or I mean, if we are able to find out anti-aging components? Age extent could accelerate the discovery and development of new anti-aging treatments. So whatever anti-aging treatments that you have, that can have a better, discovery, contributing to understanding the promotion of healthy aging. So we can have a proper and healthy aging. See, whenever you are having aging, I mean, whenever you go into old age, you face a lot of issues, like it could be sugar, it could be BP, and it could be issues with your eyes. There are a lot of issues that happen with your eye. You will not be able to see properly, and then you also have issues with your knees. There will be knee pain. The problems there are also there with your muscles and your bones. So all these are issues that come up with aging. So if you have some anti-aging property, then if these anti-aging properties can help us in reducing all these issues when it comes to health, so we can have a healthy aging. That is the reason it is important for us to now understand about age extent. Okay. Research and collaborations. By making platforms and data publicly available, IIIT Delhi is encouraging collaboration and innovative innovations across the scientific community, potentially leading to the breakthroughs in longevity research. Okay. Now, commercial and therapeutic potential. So, what you need to understand is the platform ability to efficiently screen vast number of compounds. So, as we are already seeing, it is able to screen 1.1 billion components. So, it could be beneficial for pharmaceutical companies also to look into developing a new anti-aging drugs and therapies also. So, we can also have different therapies, right? The next important article for today that we're going to study here is India's skill report ranks Kerala among the top states of employmentability in India. I think yesterday or day before yesterday's lecture, we have also seen that there is a lot of issue that we have when it comes to employability in India, one of the social issues, right? So now we have to understand that there are many different organizations, right? So they have come up with what Kerala being the state which is having highest number of employability in India. Okay. The Indian Skill Report 2025 offers a comprehensive examination of employability trends among the Indian graduates, scoring and evaluating talent landscape and country's potential in fulfilling global workforce demands. Published by, so who is basically publishing this particular, India Skill Report? It is published by three important organizations. One is CII, another is VBox, and another is your, All India Council for Technical Education. So Confederation of Indian Industries, and then we have VBox, and we also have All India Council for Technical Education. The reports provided valuable insights in skill and readiness for Indian youth for employment. So this is going to have basically what they're going to do is they are going to evaluate all the youth and check out of these many youths, how many of them are able to be employed in the industry, right? Now we will see what are these three important organizations. See, Confederation of Indian Industry is a non-profitable, non-government organization or NGO that presents India's business and work at promote their growth. So what is the basic purpose? Its goal is to create an environment that supports growth of Indian industries and civil society. Now, what are the activities that they do here is they work with government on policy issues, help business becoming more effective and competitive, provide a platform for networking and conscience building. So this is something that your Confederation of Indian Industry is doing. It is a non-profitable, non-government organization. Now, VBox here, it is written like this. VBox is nothing but web-based and hybrid efficient examination box. Okay. So here is India's leading talent assessment company. So this is a company that is helping enterprise, government, and academic institutions globally to measure and identify talent. So this is again what it is, a company or a assessment company. The VBox is an assessment company. So all three together have come up with this particular rank that we were discussing so far. Okay. Now, All India Council of Technical Education is a national level council that is responsible for, understanding the technical system in India. Now, about this, it was established in the year 1945 as an advisory body to promote technical education in India. It was given a statutory status in 1987 by an act of parliament. Now, what are the objectives? To promote equality in technical education, planning and development for technical education system, regulating and maintaining the norms and standards. So basically, if a person is having a technical education or no, we can understand by these three important organizations, right? They will assess us whether the person is able to have the technical skills or no, and they are now coming up with a report. Now, here you need to understand that obviously Kerala is the highest, Kerala has highest number of youths who are having technical knowledge. Okay, now look. Key insights from this particular report. What are the key insights that we have? Overall employability rate. So employability rate in India stands 55%. That is indicating more than half of the assessed youth possess skills required for employment. That means out of 100 people, 55 people are having all the required knowledge and skills. Okay. Focus on methodology. The report assesses over 6500 candidates through the VBox Global Employment Test. So we also have this GT, that is test, and gathers insights for more than 1,000 companies. So from more than 1,000 companies, we are getting this particular data. It evaluates the employment of Indian graduates and identify trends and talent landscape. Key findings that we need to understand is by 2025, 55% of the Indian graduates are expected to globally employable, and it reflects India's increasing significance in meeting international workforce needs also. Domain specific also you can see management graduates exhibit highest employability, that is 78% people have the skills. Engineering graduate follows 71% and MCA follows 71 again. And the science graduates are at 58%. Okay. The next important thing, that is regional trends. You can see Maharashtra, Karnataka, Delhi are emerging as a talent hubs. Obviously, because see, in Karnataka, you have Bangalore and Delhi has to be because it's a capital city. In Maharashtra, you have Mumbai, Pune, where you have again a lot of industries coming up. Cities like Pune, Bengaluru, and Mumbai are leading in availability of skilled workforce. Okay. Now, gender dynamics. While employability rates for men are projected to rise, for those of women are expected to slightly decline. This highlights the need of targeted initiatives to address gender disparity also. So, for the men, it is going to increase. For the women, it is going to reduce. See, women have a lot of other responsibilities also, maybe because of that, or maybe because of other issues that women are facing. Maybe it could slightly decline, is what they're trying to tell. And we need to understand that there should be gender disparity in the employment ability is what needs to be addressed, right? Now, implications. So, policy and educational focus. So, what can we do to make it better? How can we increase this employability more? The data suggests a need of educational institutions and policymakers to tailor programs and bridge skill gaps, particularly in the field of lower employment rate. So wherever there is lower employability rate, what we need to understand here is we need to have a proper education institution, and there should be a proper policy making so that this whatever issue that we have of the bridge that is there, that okay, the employability rate is less and the people are more, so that gap needs to be bridged. And how can we do that? By educational institutions. Regional development can also be done. Cities and states identify as a talent hub can leverage this status to attract more industries and investment, further enhancing job opportunities. So, for example, we have discussed about Mumbai, Pune, Bengaluru, right? So, all these cities where there are already a talent hub, they can invest more, they can attract more industries, they can get more amount of investment. So, if there are more industries, more investment, then obviously there will be more further opportunities as well. Gender inclusivity is also something that is required. Addressing the gender gap in employability through policies and programs could enhance workforce diversity and inclusivity as well. As I already told you, that for the women, the employability may decrease slightly. So to not have that, what we can do here is we can have some policies, programs, so that we can enhance the workforce diversity and inclusivity. Right. Now, lastly, what you have to understand is overall, the Indian Skill Report 2025 serves as a critical source of stakeholders, aiming to enhance the employability in Indian graduates and optimize country's contribution to global talent pool. So now this report that we have got is going to play a very important role, because from this report now we are going to, have a lot of information regarding the stakeholders, how we can have employability in India, and other things that can be done here. Lastly, we'll take up a question for today. Which mission aims to demonstrate India's human spacecraft capability? Right? Try to read this. This is Mangalyaan. This is related to Mars mission. Aditya L1, we have already done this. This is related to Sun. Chandrayaan, this is related to Moon. So try to understand what is Gaganyaan, and your answer lies in this. Try to put the answer in the comment section. If you have any issues or if you have any feedbacks regarding the class, try to put it in the comment section. We will always take that comment, and I will always take this particular comment in a positive manner and come up with better classes. Kindly like, subscribe, and share these videos with all your friends. Okay, so that I can come up with more amount of videos, because it gives us some kind of encouragement. Thank you so much for your patience, and have a great day ahead.